Hey guys, welcome back to a look back at JoshL2. I am not sure what episode this is. I think it's 9. Well, you can clearly see what it is on your title, but I think it's 9. So, this level is titled Circles, which has a pretty uh it's a cool start, but it extends it far more than it needs to be. Um yeah, this is like a 30-second start. So if there's any screw ups that we have, this entire beginning has to be done over again. All right, it's like 27 seconds or something. Okay, so basically the whole theme with this level is everything's going in circles. Why? Well, if you remember, I mentioned in the last recording and disclosure, I don't like these kind of block pushing off force setups anymore, because you can easily cook them. You can ram it into the corner. If you don't remember, that this song is actually titled after a song that I still like the song very much. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I do like the song. It's titled Circles as well by Edgewater. Uh, the song really, when it comes to real life music or realistic music, like not like video game music like I usually listen to, there's a very light selection of real music I listen to. Edgewater was one of them, and they weren't really popular or anything like that. I think they only have like 2, maybe 3 albums max. But it's not like I'm not Tyler or Zane. I don't do research or anything like that with music. Okay, now that that's done, I especially hope we don't screw up anywhere else in the level. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. I have to go around and clone some more. I don't know how many I need, but I don't think there's any harm in cloning 4. I mean, I missed them. But yeah, the song itself really hit home with me. Mostly because at the time I was in a relationship, and the song, well, it was like a semi long distance relationship. At the time, the given situation, I didn't have a way to see who I was with on a regular basis like most couples can, because she lived like 45 minutes away from where I live now. Well, maybe half an hour now, because I live a little closer. Didn't have a way to see her at the time, blah blah blah. And yeah, it really made me think of the said person. Nowadays, it doesn't as much, and that's probably because I've grown without the said person in my life. I haven't been in a relationship in almost 3 years now. So, and as far as I can tell, that's probably it's gonna have, or that's probably how it's gonna stay. Uh, Mainly because I lost interest in the whole dating scenario. Like I had my fun with it, and I just want to focus on myself. But that's okay. Thankfully, I can actually recover from that. This is pretty cool. I like this a little bit. But this level's pretty straightforward. I don't think I really designed it. And arbitrary blue wall under the block because I like that. Stay on this button each time you press it. You don't technically need, you don't have to do that. But it will lead to death, or eventually it'll lead to you trapping yourself. That's why I put it. But I mean, really, this ice slide didn't even need to be there. I could just put the block corner right to the right of that tile. All right, so this basically, this red button right here links to the pink ball cloner, and that red button right there leads to an unseen block cloner that will fill up the slide. So I need to move fast, and that's not moving fast. Ooh. A little scary there, but we made it out. And that is circles. It's lengthy at the start, but once you get past the, I mean, it has its cool ideas. I mean, it's a experimental level, I guess you can call it, but it's okay at best. All right, recessed. With the pointless to catch a thief resemblance there. So this level obviously has the a pop-up wall theme going for it. Well, it should. Are you serious? Okay. That was poorly timed. So you could probably guess that's going this way. I mean, you can technically go this way, but it won't do you any good because, yeah, eventually you'll run into a socket or this little problem. So I wish I made that more evident enough than what I did. I could have put a socket there. Anyway, in terms of designing, JoshL2 has been released. It's been out for about 2 weeks now. And it's been pretty good for the most part. I don't think I need any of these blocks, so I think it's just safe to just go through this. There are no chips under the blocks below. Okay. I mean, you can push it. You can push that, so you can kind of see where you need to go. Clear that out of the way. It's been out for a while, or a couple of weeks now, and it seems to have been getting some it's gotten some really good feedback. Like I'm really happy with the reception it has gotten so far. Because a lot of the levels I worked really hard on. Oh, I can't even get out of this now. Yeah, I wasted a pop-up ball when I didn't need to. Alright, fair enough. JoshL2 is... I mean, it's only 70 levels, so I'm not sure if saying it's my favorite set of mine should be accurate, but I am really proud of the set as a whole. Like, I paid very close attention to, you know, potential busts and whatever. I missed a really obvious one. Why does that happen? I don't know why I made those 2x1. I should have. That shouldn't even be a section. It shouldn't even be in this level. This part with the ball shouldn't even be in the level either. But oh well. But I have to say my favorite set is probably L6. And just push him down because get him out of here. Just because the process of that L6 went through it wasn't the best process, but it turned out to be a pretty legit set. And I'm definitely happy with how it turned out. Will L7 be extended in the future? Honestly, I don't think so. Would I like it to be a full 149? I mean, yeah, sure. I'm not opposed to it being a full 149 level set, but I'm not going to push myself to do that sort of task when it doesn't necessarily need to be 149 levels. I feel like if I pushed myself, it wouldn't be what it is. It wouldn't, you know, it would turn into a failure. I feel like I kind of failed with JoshL6 in some ways because I kind of forced myself to extend it. But because those levels could have easily just been for JoshL7 too. But I was hesitant and, you know, didn't want to start up another set. Alright, what is this? What's that for? Like, I guess that's for the ending. Oh, okay, I already screwed up the level then. You're meant to come in here last. I wish I saw that socket. I don't even know if that socket was even in game view. I mean, I've been watching Jeffrey's Ultimate Chip 4 playthrough, and he keeps saying that he always thought that set was his best set or his favorite set, but he's, you know, slowly finding out, or finding out for himself that it's, in his opinion, not what he thought it would be. Like it turned, oh, it's not, it's nowhere near his best set, or whatever he said. I don't remember. I personally had fun with 4. I prefer 5 over 4. But I mean, you know, some of the words he's been saying about his set, I mean, they've kind of been similar to what I've been saying about this set. Because, you know, at one point I thought JoshL2 was, you know, the best set ever, you know, because it got so much good reception at the time, or good feedback at the time, rather. I keep saying reception like I'm talking about cell phone service. But, you know, at one point I thought this set was amazing. I think with every new set we create, we think it's amazing at the start, but when we start designing more stuff and we start realizing it's not what it turned out to be. Okay, so I have to go down here first. Oh, here we have a little guidance for whatever. But you know, maybe I'll do that again with another one of my sets. I don't know yet. I don't want to like really, you know, be a. I don't want to seem like I'm a perfectionist and will only, you know, play my levels. This is going to be annoying. But I do have plans for an LP that will come soon enough. Well, there'll be yet another Chips Challenge set. It will come when it comes, but okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna kill yourself, you stupid fucking teeth monster. Seriously? I was vertical enough. At least I think I was. This level's not fun. I don't really care for this level. This level is an example of a level that makes itself longer than it needs to be, which I'm usually not against. You know, I'm all for as a designer, there's some levels you design to be short, some levels you design to be, you know, relatively short and only long if you mess up a lot. I think with that in mind, this is the level that would suit that. It's only long if you screw up a lot. But it's turning out to be... It has, you know, it's showing that it's trying to be a long level when it doesn't need to be. And I don't know why I titled this Recessed either, when there's very few pop-up walls in this level. I mean, that part with the block, you know, pushing, that's pretty cool. Okay, you can barely see the socket, but you can't tell what's, you know, next to that wall in the upper right. So I wouldn't qualify that as a fair thing. So if you guys screwed up in that part when you guys played this set, I apologize. This should have been called guidance for whatever. Like, literally, guidance for whatever. Because this is trying to be a teeth manipulation level when it's... I didn't design it to be one. Okay, teeth monsters. Do your worst. Actually, don't. Guys, I really need you guys to cooperate with me. I think this part is supposed to reference a later level in the set that's been kind of well known by me. That's guidance for experts. Except this is kind of a badly designed preview of that level. But, you know, I might LP another JoshL set in the future. You know, maybe L6, since no one seems to be doing that anytime soon. Not that I expect it, but you know, for a while, you know, with every new set I designed, it seemed like someone was going to LP it. Like L4 and L5 were done by JB. And I think Michael Sugartino attempted to do JoshL6, but I think that was the 40 level version. And then he stopped because he realized he's not meant to be a Let's Player, which was fine because JoshL6 got updated since then anyway. But anyway, so this is meant to be a reference to Commit Suicide from CCLP3 because I had that in mind. And I do remember that 4 have to be cloned. Now we get the actual recessed wall part, which is pretty easy, thankfully. Then we have this monster releasing thing, which is pretty cool on principle. You get all 4, and you could completely skip that one. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, recess it's not that good of a level. It's more annoying than anything. But anyway, line maze, featuring it not being a maze. So one thing I remember, or two things I remember about this level is one, and probably the most important one, is that this level was when this set was being LP'd by Trevor. This was actually one of the levels he played over a group call between myself and Rock on the call. Which was a really fun experience, by the way. That's probably one of the most memorable parts of that LP that I remember. You know, that's when I really started feeling welcomed in the community. Like, you know, people actually want to get to know me and talk with me about stuff and everything. You know, it was very welcoming, and I really appreciate that. You know, I don't think I would have been anywhere in this community if that LP never happened. I probably eventually would have found it, but I don't think I would have joined it when I did. And if I didn't join it when I did, who knows what kind of levels I'd be making right now, if I would have made any more. So really, if people wonder why or how I make so many levels, or how I get, you know, how do I make so many levels? How do I, you know, where do all my ideas come from? I feel like I messed that up. I think I messed it up. You know, how do you design so many levels? Where do you get all your ideas from, Josh? Well, I have two answers to that. One, I love designing levels. It's one of my only outlets I can, you know, one of my only creativity outlets I can actually express. You know, if I couldn't design Chip's challenge levels, I mean, who knows what I'd be doing to express my creativity, you know. but it's more or less you know, a childhood dream. It was always a childhood dream of mine to, design Chips Challenge levels. Ever since I played it as a kid, or when I was younger, and when I didn't have an actual editor program to use, I'd always draw levels out on paper and, write down the level number, the time left, the chips left counters, all that. And I'd actually have my brother, uh, you know, I'd give the paper to my brother, and I would get a calculator out, and I would put down the time limit on the calculator, and I would put -1 into the system, and every close to the actual seconds in MSCC, I would lower the time by 1 around the same amount of time. And my brother would use his finger. Oh, I wasn't screwed. I was stupid. I didn't even see that. I had to do this. I overlooked that. I know my brother would take his finger, and that would be chip per se, and he would have his finger on the tile that chip was on, which was just a little stick figure guy, and he would move his finger around to solve the level. Like, that was the way I designed levels when I was a kid, and that's how they were played, just with our imaginations, which I don't think anyone's ever done. That's like probably the most awkward way to do anything with Chips Challenge. But that was the only way I could do that. Once I found an editor I can actually use, I just made levels like crazy, and then I found that I couldn't even play them because the computer that the editor was on didn't have MSCC on it because I couldn't download it. Press this button once. This is meant to reference Think Tank, by the way. But once I got a computer that actually ran MSCC, and I can actually implement it to, or link it to where I can test levels out, then I really started making levels. That's where JoshL came in. And I took a break after JoshL because I just graduated high school. I started, as I said, playing circles. I started dating someone, so my time was invested in her and her only. Then after a while, I said, I found out CCLP3 was released, and then I played that, and that inspired me to make JoshL2. Then I found out in this community, people, this LP started of Trevor's. Then I started getting noticed by other people. James messaged me or found me on Facebook and added me to the Chips Challenge group on Facebook, and it's been that way ever since. I don't think none of that would have happened if that LP never happened. So why do I make so many levels? How do I have so many ideas to make Chips Challenge levels? It's mostly because it was just one of my childhood dreams, and I'm fulfilling a childhood dream to make levels the best way I can. And it makes me happy. That's one of the reasons why I still make Chips Challenge levels. That went off on quite a tangent, and I do not know what this section even is. Like, what do I do? Like this, I know this button links to this. That I know that much. I know I need to get the glider. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to do this first. I need to get the glider to blow that bomb up. Okay. Then I can do that. Had no idea there was a gravel under that block, by the way. I can use this block for that. Get the blue key to get a single chip. Then I can use this last block to get that trap button out. And I think I made it optional to where you can either have the glider hold down the button or a block. But a block is much more quiet, so we're going to go with that. So yeah, the level's title makes no sense. It's nowhere even remotely close to being a maze. Oh yeah, the other thing that inspired this level, or that I remember about this level, is that Andrew B, when he played this level set initially, he liked the idea of a force slide that had branching paths, or branching corridors off the force slide that led to different areas of the level. He really liked that idea, and I remember him liking the idea, and I think I made a level specifically for him with that idea extended, as if this level didn't do enough. But the ending was a little weird, but everything else was pretty cool about this level, I suppose. Alright, Bumper Madness. The video is already at 32 minutes. This level is going to take at least 10. I don't want to play this and make this a 40-minute video for you guys to watch. So, I'm going to end it off right here. I know that's only 3 levels solved, but the levels are getting a little bit longer now. I guess this qualifies as the long block pushing level of the 60s decade, because I think I made a comment somewhere in the LP so far that every decade has a block pushing level. I didn't think that was the case, but I'm starting to realize that's becoming evident. I think this is the one. This is Bumper Madness. As you can see, this is a this is a level. Can't you tell? Sorry. But yeah, I loved Bumper. I thought Bumper was one of the most awesome concepts in CCLP3, and I love the concept so much that I had to make over half the map with the bumper concept. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Just goes to show, no matter how much you love a level, don't take the concept of that level and then push it to this extent. But hey, at least this is, only a something by 30 grid. I can't even, it's probably at least like 20 by 30 grid of bumper. Imagine if this was CC2 and it was 100 by 100. Now that would be abusing. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope it's been enjoyable to watch. And if you heard that bang, there's a screw that's attached to my desk that keeps popping out and makes me think that the table's gonna fall apart, but it isn't. It just keeps popping out of the thing. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time for more JoshL2.